Hey, konnichiwa, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. How you doing? You good? Are you Genki? Well, today I've got an absolute gamma radiation blast of a comic for you. Godzilla vs. Hulk. It's a one-shot. Written by Gerry Duggan, it's got pencils by Giuseppe Camuncoli, inks by Daniele Orlandini, colours by Federico Blee, and it is $4.99 for 32 pages. This is an absolute blast of a comic, seriously. No matter what you think of the story, it is so much fun. I've not had so much fun with a comic in a long time. Absolutely loved it. Gerry Duggan clearly has had a blast writing it. There's some really funny lines in here. You know, seriously, it's very laugh out loud funny at times. Incredible action. You've got kaiju in here, you got Hulk in here. What more do you want? We're told it's round 2 in a series of 6 one-shot throwdowns. I really enjoyed the last one, the Fantastic Four versus Godzilla, but I think this one is even better, seriously. And the art of this is very good at times, sometimes very funny, but yeah, very destructive. And as I say, the writing, I think Gerry Duggan, he must have been having a great day when he wrote this, because it comes across in the story. There's a fantastic series of variant covers. I was just showing the Nick Bradshaw one, the beginning there, you can see it, the top right. Really cool. Which one would you go for out of all these? I tell you, it's hard to choose one, isn't it? But yeah, absolute blast. I'm not going to go on too long here. Let's give this a score. For pure enjoyment, I'm not even joking, I'm going 9 out of 10 for this. A very strong, brilliant, Hulk-tastic Godzilla 9 out of 10. Okay, let's have a look inside the book. So we open our issue of Monstrous Marvel Mayhem at Thunderbolt Ranch. Here we have Thunderbolt Ross telling them that they're all working hard on their most dangerous project ever, capturing and pacifying Godzilla. Then we get a reporter asking about the rumours that the Hulk is alive in a basement gulag under the ranch. Ross dismisses it all by saying, nope, he's deader than Elvis. We also get told the 1980s are just around the corner, so we get an idea of the time setting there. Then we get this fantastic double page spread which shows the old original Godzilla comics from the 70s. Godzilla, or I should say Gojira vs. Hulk, written by Gerry Duggan, arts by Giuseppe Camuncoli and Daniele Orlandini, colours Federico Blee. Down in the bunker we meet brilliant scientist with a big secret. That's right, it's Dr. Bruce Banner. And here is Dr. Demonicus. They're having a conversation about will the containment hold. Demonicus tells Bruce not to worry. My kaiju incinerator will be more than enough for the king of monsters. Kaiju incinerator? Flippin' heck. Turns out General Ross has got bait for Godzilla. He's using Kumonga, the giant spider, to trap Mothra. He's sure Mothra's cries will bring our giant Godzilla to come and save it. Bruce is trying to object to Dr. Demonicus' devious plan, as he calls it. Ha! You radiate weakness, Banner. Then Bruce asks him what he intends to do once Godzilla's been taken care of. Demonicus replies, look at me, look at what the war has cost me. My body has been desecrated in this fight. These kaiju have to be destroyed. And then he tells Bruce, you have no idea what it's like to be a monster. Where we get a great panel there of Bruce turning green. Nice green shading. Then we get our first sighting of the beast, Godzilla. Dr. Demonicus' demented plan worked. The anguished cries of Mothra have summoned Godzilla to San Antonio. What do you think of this design, the Godzilla design here? It's classic, it looks like it's straight out one of the old rubber suit movies. And it's just a great scene here, it really made me laugh the first time I saw it. General Ross skydiving out of the helicopter. He's going to go to, he's calling it his barn. He needs his Bronco. Then we get a bit of an info dump telling us that, General Thunderbolt Ross has fought in so many wars all his life. Most of them were in the history books, some were secret. But the war to end the kaiju threat was his most difficult so far. He sent many men to their deaths, but he was always willing to pay the ultimate price. What do you think his Bronco could be? Skip the egghead slop, son. Close the hatch and get me into the fight. I gotta say again, I'm loving this dialogue. So Thunderbolt Ross is in one of these Broncos, and we got Bruce Banner in the other. I'm ready to deploy. My pre-flight check is all green. Another cracking scene here. 2 rebuilt Mecha Godzillas. One's piloted by Ross, the other one by Bruce Banner. We're told that Tony Stark has improved them. They no longer need to remote pilot them. And then, even crazier, we hear, "May Stark rest in peace. Godzilla may have crushed him, but perhaps his genius intellect will help us finally be rid of this scaly curse." Okay, keep him looking at you, Banner. I'm going to open a can of 4th of July on this lout. We see Godzilla get hit by a group of missiles and he goes down.
Sayonara, sucker.
The two human-piloted Mecha Godzillas go in for the kill. Make sure Godzilla is ensnared in your webs. Looks like Thunderbolt Ross's Mecha Godzilla is about to stomp on Godzilla's head. But the wily Godzilla uses his tail to knock Thunderbolt Ross's mecha into the giant spider. Get in the game, Banner. I can't handle this by myself. And then the next scene, this is classic. Again, it had me laughing out loud. Ross's mecha is down, and now we see Banner's being ripped apart by Godzilla. Being disarmed, literally. And then Godzilla grabs the arm and starts smacking Bruce Banner's mecha over the head. Jesus! And there we see Godzilla using its energy breath blast. Ross is worried, he's screaming to Demonicus to do something. "You said you had a failsafe. Time to empty the gun, Doc." And then here we see Demonicus unmask himself. "I've waited a long time to gather all my enemies in one place. Godzilla can't be controlled, but if I told you how I plan to kill him, you never would have let me." It turns out that Demonicus' kaiju incinerator, as he called it, is actually an egg, and it's hatching. What the heck is going to come out of this? Disgusting blob. Behold, it's Hedora. We hear Demonicus' narration. He's saying that he's spliced the most deadly and robust traits of all the kaiju they've ever slain, from Fang Foom on down. Now it's unleashed. And here we see Bruce Banner. He's trapped in his Mecha Godzilla. The monsters are crushing the hull. "I want to live." We see his eyes begin to change colour. Some secrets just can't be kept hidden. Today was the day that Banner's rage escaped its cage. At last the Hulk is out and he's pissed. What do you think of his face there? I'm not sure about that weird kind of grin, but anyway. "Hulk hate robots and Hulk hate bugs. But Hulk hates slime monsters most of all." "How could this be possible?" says Demonicus. "If Hulk was Dr. Banner, I wonder who we buried in that grave." General Ross can't believe it either. "How in the hell is Hulk alive? And Demonicus, call off your sludge monster." Here we can see in the background Ross's mecha is melting from Hedora's sludge. Hulk's delighted and starts laughing. Again, it's such a blast, this comic. And believe it or not, Hulk actually saves Ross. "If you're still alive, who's in Hulk's grave?" "Hulk not the monster, Banner is. Bicycle boy Rick Jones was his patsy." Poor Rick Jones, who knew? "Now Ross, shut up and watch." Yep, you guessed it, Hulk is about to smash all monsters. Great panel there, love it, love the art here, great perspective. Hulk attacks Hedora, but here we see his arm starts to burn from Hedora's crazy sludge. Godzilla's down, but we see Hulk leaping to the rescue, tearing off some electric wires from a pylon. "Hulk saw Banner tickle heart with electricity once. He's going to resuscitate Godzilla. Now, Dr. Hulk, save Godzilla." Then he blasts him with the power. But he doesn't stop there. Guess what happens next? He gives Godzilla some of his blood. And we get a narration box by Duggan here saying, "Grab your reins tight, dear reader. The eyes of Godzilla are now gamma green." Godzilla with gamma powers? Now it's Godzilla's turn to smash. Look at this. We got a gamma green Godzilla. It looks even bigger than before now. Hedora looking worried. And then Godzilla punches Hedora across the desert, blasts it with its green gamma enhanced nuclear breath. The fury of Godzilla burned with the anger of the Incredible Hulk. In a single powerful blow, Hedora was no more. "No, not when I was so close," screams Demonicus. And we see him hit by the molten remains of Hedora. He dies screaming. Then in an act of mercy, Hulk releases Mothra and Kumonga. We see him facing Gamma Godzilla. Hulk is strongest one there is, but Hulk no one to prove that today. For some reason I want to say that in the voice of Mr. Miyagi. Oh, Daniel-san. Miyagi not fight today. We monsters stick together, Ross. I don't have any choice about the monster in me, but you can give yours up, Ross, if you're strong enough. We see Godzilla skulking away behind, and then there's a caption saying, "The end?" with a question mark. I like the detail of Bruce Banner's burnt arm there from Hedora before. And that's the end of the story. What an absolute gamma blast it was.
Sayonara, sucker.